Good afternoon, everybody, from northern Michigan. A little bit cooler day today than it was yesterday, but it still feels good. It's a great day to be getting some work done outside, which I was doing earlier. I have got a lot to cover with you today, so I'm going to go grab some food to put out, and while I'm doing that, you might want to grab something to drink and sit back and make yourself comfortable, because there's a lot to cover here today. Got a lot of thank yous and updates and things like that to go over with you. So I'm going to set this here, fill the feeders, and I will be right back. Well, I hope you are all comfortable and settled in wherever you're at around the world. I know I said good afternoon because that's what it is here in northern Michigan, but good evening to our friends in the UK, and actually I think it's Saturday morning down under right now. So wherever you're at, hope you're having a great day. All right, well, let me cover this, and then these are cards. Yesterday I read the list of people that have donated online to Richard's Pond Project, and I've added all those names to Richard's Pond page. So if you haven't had a chance to see that yet, you can just go to SnowmanCam.com, and at the top of the page there's a link that says Richard's Pond. And when you go there now, you'll see what I believe is to be a complete updated list right up through to just a few minutes ago. I've gone through and listed all the names from people that have either sent something to our P.O. box or have made a contribution online. And I'd like everybody actually to take a look at that page, because I've already got a couple of corrections I've got to make, which I'll do after this. In the process of me typing all the names, sometimes I did a typo, or sometimes I put misinformation in there. So if you could take a look and find your name, and then email me and let me know if there's any corrections I should make. In some cases I only put one name in, and maybe you'd like your spouse's name listed, let me know. Or in some cases, especially online, people don't share their address with us, so I don't know where you're from. So if you could send an email to me at snowman@snowmancam.com, and any corrections that you want to see, let me know, whether it's a misspelling or that there's information missing, or I've got your town wrong, or anything, or if you're listed and you wish to remain anonymous, let me know, and I will change it to that. So yeah, please take a look at that. Again, it's just go to SnowmanCam.com, click on Richard's Pond, and you'll see all the names listed there. I didn't put them in alphabetical order, so you may have to, it might take you a little while to hunt through. I think there's actually been over 60, maybe, I don't know, we might be getting close to 70 people now that have contributed. So, let's see, what do I want to do next here? Let me start with a couple of thank yous here that I just got, and that's Jacqueline Christie from Liberty Center, Ohio. Thank you for your help in financing Richard's Pond here. And then I received an anonymous donation from Pennsylvania. They only wanted me to tell you the state, so I won't even tell you what city it's from. But thank you for your help. Let's see, a couple things I'll start with. Last night, the bear were here again last night. And in fact, actually, I thought there was one bear. Brenda and I had already gone to bed, and we heard something hit the ground, because this is right outside our bedroom window. And we took a look, and there was a bear. And then a few minutes later, a second bear showed up. So we snapped a couple pictures of that, and we uploaded them to our Facebook page. So if you do Facebook and you haven't joined us yet, just do a search for SnowmanCam, and two of them will come up, our page and also our fans group. And I can't remember if I posted them in both or not, but you'll certainly find it in one of them. And another good way to find all our social media pages is just by going to snowmancam.com. And at the top of the page, you can find a direct link to our Facebook page, our Facebook fans group, our YouTube page, and our Twitter page. So, let's see. I want to show you something. I just received this today in the P.O. box. Good old Connie Scott from Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas is always coming up with interesting and unique ways to help us out here. And she's the one that did the refrigerator magnets of the snowman head that have actually been traveling the world. And now she's come up with something which I think is very cool. We got to figure out exactly what we want to do with these. We're going to do something special. But for those of you that have been in our chat room at snowmancam.com, you know that Richard's little avatar, his little icon, oh, somebody just got me. Yeah, they got me good. Was a little man tipping his hat. And I'm going to try and show this on camera here. It's very, very reflective. It's cool to see it in person, but I tried to take a picture of it, and it's really hard to see. So I'm hoping that you guys can see what this is. And again, if you're in the chat room, you'll recognize that as Richard's icon. So, anyways, Connie sent a whole box full of these, and we're going to do something with it, do some sort of a promotion, because I'm sure everybody that has talked with Richard in the chat room is certainly going to want one, and we'll just have to figure out how to do this. I'll have to go to the post office and figure out how these can be shipped individually, whether I can get them in an envelope or a little box or whatever. Well, and once I get that all figured out, they'll either be in the store or they may be a giveaway for a certain donation. I'll probably even have some here. In fact, I know I will. I'll have some here for people that stop by. For people that want to come and see Richard's Pond, and maybe it's somebody that's talked to him in the chat room and would like something like this. Just what a very cool, unique gift. And Connie, we thank you very much for that. I'm looking forward to sending those out to folks. Let's see, I talked with Richard's wife, Jean, this morning, and she told me that we are sold out of the Christmas ornaments. For those of you that have them, treasure them. Those are things that Richard made. It was just one of the ways that he helped raise money to take care of the site and buy the food here. So I will be pulling those out of the store, so I just want to let people know, if you happen to be watching, that unfortunately those are gone. And I don't know if we're ever going to have any more or not. That was something that was Richard's idea, his design. He came up with it, and it was a great fundraiser for the site. So again, if you have them, like I've got a couple of them, treasure them, because they're a one-of-a-kind thing from Richard. Also wanted to mention, Jean received some more envelopes because what they had done is they asked in lieu of flowers if people could make a donation, which all that money is going to be used for Richard's Pond, and our total now has gone over $5,000. So I'm really looking forward to the first contractor coming out tomorrow to give us an idea of what we can do. I'm thinking we're probably going to be able to have a budget around $10,000, but I'll get some ideas from them. They're going to be here at 4:30 tomorrow. So for those of you who've got a chance, if you want to listen in on the discussion, they will be here then, and they're going to give us some ideas on what we can do and what it'll cost, and then from there I'll have a better idea of what we'll need to invest in that. And I thought even if we're not able to raise that amount of money, which I think we're going to be able to, but if not, we'll build as much as we possibly can with the idea of maybe even expanding it in the future. But I think for that $10,000 mark, we should be able to build something very nice. So thank you to everybody who's contributed and has pushed us over the 5,000 mark on what's been, I think, a little over a week. So just absolutely incredible. A lot of Richard's family and friends have been sending in donations, and which has been wonderful, and certainly Richard's friends that he's made through the SnowmanCam throughout the world. Certainly appreciate everything that you've done to help out. Let's see. Well, let me go ahead and go to the cards, because these are people that did not send a contribution online. They preferred to send a card, and I'm not going to read all the cards because you can see there's got to be 20 of them here. Maybe over time I'll bring them out, because there's a lot of really nice heartfelt notes that were written in them, but I at least wanted to let you know some of the folks that have. In fact, a lot of them are coming in these envelopes that Richard's family had printed up, and they were at his visitation and at the funeral that people could take, and they've got one of the pictures that Richard had on the calendar of the snowman with the bear there, and people have been sending those back to us. So we've got one here from Judy and Dave Milligan, and they're from Coshocton, Ohio. And if I remember right, because I read every single letter, I believe this might even be a cousin of Richard's. Then we also have a card, and again, all these people have contributed to his pond, and they're all listed on SnowmanCam.com at the Richard's Pond link. You'll see all these names again. Let's see, we've got Gerald and Rita Studzinski, and they are from Peru, Illinois, and I also believe that those are relatives of Richard. We've got a donation here from Ann Williams, and she's in Orlando, Florida. We've got a donation here from Herbert and Joan Cheshire from North Olmsted, Ohio. We've got one from, I believe it says the Banish family from Royal Oak, Michigan, and that's where Richard was from. Again, using one of the envelopes that his family had printed up special for this. We've got a donation for Richard's Pond here from Patricia Wooldridge, and she is from Lynchburg, Virginia. And if I'm reading some of these names and you wanted to remain anonymous, I apologize. And again, I put these on the website too, so contact me at snowman@snowmancam.com if you want any information changed or removed. Also, using one of the envelopes that the family made up here, we've got the, I think it's Rauckis family, Rauckis family, and they're from Birmingham, Michigan. We've got one here from Jackie Bloomline from Lakeside Park, Kentucky, a very generous donation towards Richard's Pond. We also have one here from the, let me see if I can read it any better on here. I really appreciate it when people send me a typed note too, so I can read. From Mark Ardenin and Gina Wilson from Beverly Hills, Michigan. So thank you very much for your generous contribution to help build Richard's Pond. We've got one here from Patricia Sipe from Port Huron, Michigan. And it's really nice when people write right on the outside of the envelope, Richard's Pond. I know right away what it's for. I've got one here from Gail Schultz, and she is from Catawissa, Pennsylvania. Hope I pronounced that right, Gail. Nice contribution towards his pond. Also making a very generous donation is Bonnie Marsh from Jonesville, Michigan. And Bonnie's been around, I think, maybe since day one. She might have been one of the very first people in the chat room way back when, if I remember that right, Bonnie. But definitely been a very good friend of Richard's and a good friend of the site for many years. And she's also been up here to visit. So Bonnie, thank you for that. We've got one here, another one I'm going to have to open. And this is from Tom and Barbara. Last name starts with a W, but boy, I would slaughter it if I tried to read it because I really can't tell. But they're from Clarksville, Indiana, and wrote a very nice note along with that. So thank you very much. We appreciate that. And your contribution, too, will be going towards Richard's Pond. Here's one that's kind of fun, and I would expect nothing else from Tom Mueller. Tom is the one that does a lot of pictures for the website that we've used for different backgrounds and things like that. Tom Mueller is from Lakeland, Florida, and he did an envelope with Woody on the front of it wearing one of Richard's t-shirts. So thank you very much for that, Tom. That'll be going towards his pond. We also have one here, and I believe this might, I don't know, this might be another relative of Richard's. It's from Robert Daub from Mays Landing, New Jersey. A very, very nice donation towards Richard's Pond. So Robert, thank you very much for that. And it's kind of nice in his return address. It says he's a proud supporter of the Humane Society of the United States. So Robert, I can tell I like you already. All right, next we've got Louise LaMonica from Lewisburg, North Carolina. We also have Dennis and Linda Jescott from Maybe, Michigan. We've got Jack and Patricia Taylor, which happens to be my mom and stepfather, from Washington, Michigan. Mom, Jack, thank you very much for your help. We've got a contribution here from Dimitri Papanicola, I think. Sorry, Royal Oak, Michigan. So I'm sure, if not a relative, certainly a very close friend of Richard's, because this person happens to live on the same street that Richard and Jean lived on in Royal Oak. So, Dimitri, thank you very much for your generous gift. Also, I know this is a good friend of Richard because I met him at the funeral, Bobby Graff, and Bobby's from Troy, Michigan. And Bobby, we certainly appreciate your help with the pond, and looking forward, I know we talked quite a bit there, and looking forward to you actually coming up in person and seeing it when it gets all done. I've got one here from Pat Guccini, which that must be a relative of Richard's, I would assume, with the same last name. So Pat, thank you very much. We appreciate your help. We also received one from Michael Moreau, and he is in Moline, Illinois, using one of the envelopes, again, that Richard's family passed out. Received a very nice contribution from Laura Boykin, and Laura is right here in Michigan. She's been up here, I think, maybe a couple of times for our summer parties, and she was also in attendance for Richard's funeral. So Laura, it was great seeing you, and thank you very much for your generous support for the pond. And I have a feeling when we get it done, you're probably going to want to come up here and see it, and we'd love to have you. Also contributing are the Porters, which it's Jim and Terry from Hope Sound, Florida, and I know you've heard me mention their name quite a bit. They're responsible for a lot of outfits. In fact, I think even the one that Gigi has on now came from them. They've sent quite a few. They're regular contributors every month to help us pay for the operations here, and they sent an additional donation to help with Richard's Pond. So thank you so much for that. All right, getting down to the last 4 or 5 here. I'd like to thank Marianne Moody from Harrison Township right here in Michigan. Appreciate your help in building the pond. Also received a donation from Joyce Horror from Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you very much. Good things come in small envelopes, so thank you for that. We also have one here from Claudia Richards from Lake Orion, Michigan. That's, excuse me, not too far away from where Richard lived. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And, oh, I think I'm down to the last one for today. Last but certainly not least, thank you to Gene Aiken from Arden, North Carolina. So again, all these names, I've got them on the website, but please go through and, oh, here comes my chipmunk friend. Come on in. What do you have in your mouth? You got a mouthful of something. It doesn't look like food. Where are you going? Well, maybe he's building a nest somewhere. But yeah, please take a look. Go to the Richard Pond link on our site, SnowmanCam.com, and click on that and take a look at all the names. And please go through and find your name and just make sure that I've got it right. Make sure I've got it spelled right. If there should be a spouse added, let me know. If anything's wrong with it, I'll fix it. If you'd rather been anonymous, let me know. I'll change that. And if you see your name listed without a location, it's because when you made the donation online, you didn't check the little box to share your address with us. So if that was on purpose, that's great. I can just leave your name there the way it is. But it's always nice and fun for people to see where the help has come from around the world. All right, let me go back to my list here, make sure that I've covered everything for today. Boy, the mosquitoes are a little bit heavier here. Normally we don't have mosquito issues, so I don't know if it's been because of the rain or because it's been warm and muggy, but I'm seeing more mosquitoes this year than I think I've ever seen. Let's see. I haven't thanked the folks at EarthCam in a while. Without them, it'd be just me standing out here talking to a piece of plywood in the woods. So, EarthCam, thank you very much. You're the one that provides the camera and also sends this information out to people all around the world. And thank you for those of you who use the EarthCam app, or they go to earthcam.com and find our page in there. I thank you for all the... Oh, hi. What do you have in your mouth? Oh, it's a leaf. Oh, I see what you're doing. He's building a little nest inside the cinder block that's holding up the SnowmanCam. It's actually pretty smart, because there's a little block sitting on top of a bigger block, so he's able to get in and actually has a pretty secure little fortress there. Now he's probably just making it comfortable with leaves. So again, thank you to everybody who uses EarthCam. We appreciate that. We appreciate when you hit that little like button. I think we're over 35,000 likes in there now. And also I noticed we are getting very close, and I'm having a feeling we're going to go over, probably by the first of the week, we're getting real close to 10 million views. And that's how many people have looked at the camera since they started the counter on October 16th of last year. So that's just incredible that many people have checked in on us here. And we're certainly excited about that, and we appreciate everybody that's checking in. So again, thank you to the folks at EarthCam who make that possible. I mentioned our Facebook page earlier that we posted pictures of the bear last night. If you haven't checked out our Facebook page, you're really missing some great content from people all around the world, whether it's videos of interesting things that have happened here, pictures, behind the scenes information, cartoons, comics, just all kinds of things. If you're a nature lover and you love the wildlife, you'll definitely want to be a part of our Facebook page. I mean, if you're not a Facebook user, that alone is worth joining Facebook for, just to be a part of that community. And I just say welcome to all the people that have joined us recently. We appreciate having you with us. And be sure to introduce yourself so the rest of the community knows you're there, and give them the pleasure of being able to welcome you to the site. But I know you'll enjoy it, and I know the people that have joined recently have definitely been enjoying it. I'm able to look at the stats and see how many people join and how many people leave. Almost nobody leaves. So that tells me a lot right there, that a lot of people are enjoying what they're seeing there. So welcome to all of you who've joined us recently. And then another great place, especially for new people trying to figure out what the heck we're doing here. Why do we have this wooden snowman out in the middle of the woods of northern Michigan? If you go to our YouTube page, there is all kinds of great videos there of behind the scenes, so you can see what I'm looking at. When people come to visit, they're always amazed because it looks completely different, look in this direction, than what you're seeing. But if you go to our YouTube page, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, because I've done walk-arounds and different videos behind the scenes. You'll also see news stories that have been done here over the years. And again, just a lot of interesting and fun content. And the best way to find our YouTube page is just to go to SnowmanCam.com, and right at the top of the page there's a link. Takes you right into our page, and you'll get a little pop-up there that will ask you if you want to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. That way you'll get notified as we add new videos. I have been, or I should say I had been, prior to Richard's death, pretty much every single day I was uploading videos. Since then I've gotten a little behind in doing that. And then the other issue is too, when I upload those videos, it competes with the camera because it's on the same connection, and it winds up breaking up the camera. So that's another reason I'm a little behind. I'm really trying to limit the time that I'm online, just basically to answer emails and take care of the paperwork they absolutely have to take care of, and the uploading is kind of taking a back seat. But there is so much content there now. There's certainly plenty to enjoy. And just a shout out and a thank you to Susan McKay in Australia, who captures a lot of that stuff. And she built a YouTube page herself, which she puts them there for me to capture, which I haven't been doing. But Susan, I really appreciate it, and I've noticed too that you actually have been placing links on our Facebook page, so people that don't have YouTube are able to see that. So Susan, thank you very much, and thank you to everybody out there. There's so many great volunteers out there, and everybody has been so great in helping fill the void that was created by the loss of Richard. In fact, actually, we're trying to find somebody now that would like to take over the trivia. Those of you who have been in our chat room know that Richard used to do trivia every night. He started it out at, it was 8 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock Eastern time here in the United States, and just did a great job with it. A lot of laughs, a lot of people had a lot of fun with that. And then he realized that our friends in the UK, when it's 8 o'clock at night here, it's the middle of the night for them. So then he started doing it at Sunday afternoon here, I think at 1 o'clock our time. So that'd be maybe 7 o'clock in the evening UK, 6 or 7. So if there's anybody that would be interested in doing that, we would love for somebody to take that over. I think it would be a great way to honor Richard. It was a fun thing. I think he used to just do it for like an hour. And it's informal. It's obviously it's free for people to join. I know most of the time when he did it, the chat room would get filled. And right now, the chat room that we've purchased can only handle 150 people. And once it does that, it won't allow other people in. So I'm going to keep track of that. And if that keeps filling up, I'll go to the next level, which I think is 200 people. But I think that's running like $400 a year. So we really try to watch our expenses. And if that's something we don't have to do, we won't. But we just want to make sure that everybody who wants to join the chat room will. And when I say by joining it, you don't even necessarily have to sign up for it. When you go to SnowmanCam.com, it'll pop up and you can watch. You don't even have to have an account. But if you decide you want to post in there, then you need to set up an account, and those are absolutely free to do. So, all right, I think I covered everything here. Let me just double check. Oh, I probably should let people know if they do want to donate and you want to be on Richard's page. Richard, that pond page is going to be a permanent page on our SnowmanCam website. And all the people that contribute, whether it's $5 or whatever, they're going to be listed there permanently. That'll always be on the site. And so if you'd like to get listed there and you'd like to help out with the pond, there's a couple ways you can do it. One of the ways, there's a donate button right there on Richard's page. There's also a donate button right at the top of SnowmanCam.com. Feel free to donate. Any donations of $50 or more are going to receive a really cool handmade refrigerator magnet that was made by Connie Scott from Texas. And right now those are all sitting in an envelope or box, I guess, in Richard's office. So they're going to be a real special thing to get. And these are patriotic. And I'm going to have to get one myself so I can show you. But they're done in red, white, and blue. And that was something that Connie and Richard had talked about before Richard passed. His idea was to have those all for 4th of July for a promotion. So we've decided to already start it. We started it on Memorial Day. And again, anybody that has contributed $50 or more, you're going to receive one of those. But you'll just want to make sure that I have your address. So if you go and you see your name listed and there's no city and state listed with your name, that means I probably don't have your address. So yeah, please send that to snowman at snowmancam.com, and we'll make sure that we get those out for you. All right, let's see. Oh, I was talking about how to donate. So that's one way to do it if you want to do it online. If you prefer to send a check to our P.O. box, that works great too. I go there every single day. And our P.O. box here in Gaylord, it's P.O. Box 888, Gaylord, Michigan, Gaylord, Gaylord, Michigan, 49734. And then just write on the envelope or in the memo of your check that it's for Richard's Pond. And we'll get your name added to the website. Obviously we'll add your gift to the total, and depending on whatever that total winds up being will be what we're going to be able to build for Richard for his memorial. And I really want to do something substantial for him, because if you like the Snowman Cam, it's because of him. If you enjoy what you're seeing here, if you've made this part of your life, if you like having it on in the background because you like to hear the sound portion was something that Richard pushed for years. It was going to be a really expensive upgrade to go to a high-definition camera with sound, but it was something that was really important to him. And it took several years, but we were finally able to do that. So that was just another thing. Richard wanted to make sure that everybody enjoyed the entire experience. Richard has come and stayed here many times, and he realized that what was going on here really wasn't showing up on the old camera. You know, when you couldn't hear what was going on, when you couldn't see very good detail, you just weren't really enjoying the whole thing. So if you enjoy the way it is now, please contribute towards his pond. And it's going to be a great setup, not only a pond, but we're going to incorporate waterfall, a little stream coming into it. There's going to be a flagpole put up with a nice flag. And then we're also going to have a couple of benches out there too. One of them is going to be one of Richard's personal benches that one of his neighbors right now is in the process of refinishing. We're going to have that here, and then we'll have another really nice bench too that will be engraved with Richard's Pond, and then other information about Richard will be on there. So I think that's all I have for today. There's still water left in here, so we're good. Boy, there's been a lot of activity over at my little pond on the other side. You probably heard the frogs coming in last night. They were very happy over there, but it's been non-stop activity over there with turkeys and birds and squirrels and you name it. They've been stopping to take a drink or a bath. So, all right, I am going to take off. I've got grass to mow here. So I just hope wherever you're watching us at from around the world that you are comfortable, that you're in good health, that you're enjoying the site, and that you're having a great day. And we also hope that you're well fed. And with your help, like the people I mentioned here, in addition to being able to build a great pond, this helps us to make sure we've got food for the animals here. And this time of the year, it's not that critical because there's a lot of natural food for them now in the woods. But this is just supplemental and just to kind of help them out a little bit. So take care, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.